My name's Thomas Craven, and I'm from Osymetric USA. I'm right here in Winston-Salem at Ken's Bike Shop. Bike shop that I've grown up with and raced for, as well as do all my repairs and installations for the Osymetric rings. Sure, people have been talking about the Osymetric rings a little bit. I really wanted to get the information out there about what they are, how they help you, and I guess some information on ordering and possibly a little bit of installation information as well. First thing about the ring is you notice that it's got the weird shape. So it's not really that weird, because if you start to think about it, all the motion that we use when we're riding a bike is sort of wasted. We're always trying to develop this perfectly round spin, pulling up with the back of your leg, pushing down, coming around the top. All that's confusing, and it's difficult for most people to ever master, let alone professional bike racers. You know, for just your average guy, it's going to be even more difficult. So what we've done is we're using a twin cam technology, essentially, in that we reduce the dead spot in your stroke and then extend your power phase of your stroke. And we do that by radically reducing the number of teeth at the top and the bottom of the chainring, and then adding teeth as you go around. And it's not really just ovalized, it is two cams, and this is the patented Osymetric curve that we're talking about. When your leg is at the very top of the stroke, so when you're like this, that's when the crank is this way. And so as you go forward, you start to engage more of the crank and more of the teeth, and that's what provides you with the power. One of the big questions I get is how are Osymetric rings different than rotor? Well, pretty easy. Rotor, they're going to give you an advantage as over round rings as well. But what they do is they address just the power phase of your pedal stroke. So they add a tooth to the one side and add another tooth to the other side and sort of ovalize the ring. What we do is we really address the dead zones, because that's the part that everybody has a problem with. Your muscles take over when you're in the power zone, but in your dead spots, everybody's their weakest. So radically reducing the number of teeth at the top and the bottom of your pedal stroke really enables your body to get through those spots and then back into your power zone. So what it does is it really makes going uphill, going really hard, a term that we use in racing is your anaerobic threshold. So anytime that you're really putting the pressure to the pedals, this is when your ring is going to be an advantage, because typically you're sort of using a median, or when a round ring, so you're in your 42-tooth chain ring, it's very difficult to get up over the very top of it, and then you get into your power phase. This ring drops the number of teeth, so your foot comes slamming around the top and slamming around the bottom, and so you can get back into it without loading up your legs with lactic acid. A lot of people are asking, how come you don't see every single professional rider out there on these if they're so great? Well, one of the big reasons is all the pro teams are sponsored by some of the big name companies. But if you look on the bikes, look on some of the pro team bikes, look in the Tour de France, look in the Tour of California, look in the races in the United States, we got guys that are winning races currently on the rings. The big advantage, they see it, they want it, so they buy them. We don't sponsor any teams currently. We're sort of taking a grassroots approach and getting people onto the rings right now. But go to your local races, your local time trials, your local triathlons, and check out the pros that are riding them. What I want to do is show you the placement of the rings, where your power zones are, and where your dead spots are going to be. Currently, my legs are at the 90 degrees to the ground, and I wanted to show you that this is the weakest part of my pedal stroke. The ring now has dropped in its number of teeth, so it's drastically reduced the gear over the top. As I move forward, it starts to incorporate more of the teeth, takes advantage of all this right here, and I can use that to gain power, and then it drops again into a smaller number of teeth. As it goes around, you can see that I'm not bouncing, the chain's not bouncing everywhere, and you're easily get back into your regular pedal stroke. So a lot of people ask me, how long does it take to get used to them? Well, it varies, but probably about 3 days. The first day, you're going to want to take them off. It feels like you got a football between your legs or something like that. But then, second day, you get used to them. Go out on an easier ride those first couple days. On the third day, put it in the big gear. And the only people who are going to notice are the people that are riding behind you.